Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Kerry Reller, your family and obesity medicine physician in Clearwater, Florida. I'm here today to talk to you about the first step in weight management. This is going to be a little freebie of kind of the first thing I discuss with my weight management patients. Okay. So here I'm going to share my screen. So this is going to be pretty simple, so don't be surprised. The first step to weight management. So first thing is listen to your body. It sounds pretty simple, but we eat for many reasons, and that's not just true physical hunger. We also eat for something called emotional hunger, which is basically anything that isn't true physical hunger. We eat because we're happy, we eat because we're sad, mad, celebrating something, because we won the game, because we lost the game. I mean, you name it. We eat for a million different reasons, and it's not always just because we're actually physically hungry. Sometimes it's just because we want pleasure from our food too. So first, listen to your body. Second, don't eat when you're not hungry. It's simple. If you're eating when you're not hungry, then you're not actually physically hungry. Sometimes we're just thirsty. So grab your water, right? Sometimes, you're just sad or happy, but you need to recognize those feelings and then realize, take a pause, take a few deep breaths, and really listen deep down to your body and see if you're actually physically hungry. The next thing is to stop eating when you're satisfied. So many of us, including myself, tend to keep eating because we like what we're eating. It tastes good. Maybe we're eating too fast and then we didn't listen to our body again and say, hey, body, you're full. And we just ignored it. So we kept eating because it tastes good and we wanted the pleasure out of the food. Well, guess what? That pleasure feeling ends in like 15 minutes and then you don't feel good when you overate. So the thing that I like to help patients do is eat within the hunger scale. So I did made a little graphic here about the hunger scale, and I like to use the -10 to +10 scale. There's a lot of different scales out there. Usually it's 0 to +10 or maybe 0 to 5, but I kind of like the -10 to +10. So basically -10 is that you're convulsing on the floor hunger. You're so hungry, you feel like you're going to eat your own arm. Okay, you don't ever want to get to that point. Typically, we like to stay within a certain range that I'll discuss in a second. And then that 5 out of 6 hunger feels extreme and strong. And it's probably meaning that maybe you're not fat adapted, which I can discuss at another time. But really, it's just a little bit too strong of a hunger too. But that -4 feeling, so that is when you'd say, I'd like to eat now. Food now would be good, but I'm okay. And then -2 is, I'm getting a little hungry. And -1 might be that first little hint of hunger. And 0 is obviously neutral. And then going in the other direction, +10 is so full. You're begging to maybe empty your stomach. You don't feel good. You're so uncomfortable. Maybe, hopefully not that you don't even get this high on Thanksgiving, but that's something you could think about, right? And that's important because Thanksgiving's coming up. So then that +5 or 6, you're kind of pressing on that stomach and leaning back and don't feel that great. But +4, you kind of could walk around the block, right? And then +2, you could probably still run around the block if you can run at all. And then +1 is the hunger starting to go away. You're starting to have that first little bit of contentment. And you're feeling okay. So typically, I'd like to tell people, depending upon how many times they eat per day, to eat in that -4 to +4 window. We don't want to get too hungry and we definitely don't want to get too full. So typically in that window, -4 to +4 is a really safe zone. Okay. You're not getting so hungry that you're going to overeat, and you're not getting so full that you can't still walk around the block and you don't have to lean back and unbuckle a button off your belt loop. So if you're eating 3 square meals a day, that's typically what we say. But say you're a person who has more meals throughout the day, like you're snacking too. If you're eating more frequently, you might have to have a tighter window in the hunger scale. It might need to be -2 to +2 or -3 to +3. You really have to figure it out for yourself. And of course, this whole scale is pretty subjective. So you're going to be figuring that out anyway. If you're a fast eater like myself, you may have to stop at +2 or +3 to really wait for your brain and stomach to catch up to let you know, hey, I'm full. So you got to really listen and dive in. And it's going to take a while to figure this all out and figure out what's good for you. But honestly, people can lose a good amount of weight by learning to eat within the hunger scale. Say that you're out to eat, or maybe it's a special time where you want to celebrate something and you did plan in advance to have something like a dessert. Well, maybe that's when you actually need to follow that rule of, quote, save room for dessert, right? So instead of eating your regular meal to a +4, you would probably want to stop a little bit earlier, maybe +3, and save room for that little bit of dessert that you want to enjoy, rather than eating after +4 and then feeling really gross after eating the dessert, and maybe even, not feeling good about yourself after that either. So typically, if you want if true physical hunger comes on pretty slowly, see how the hunger scale develops, like -1, -2, -3, -4. Whereas non-physical hunger, basically emotional hunger, that can come on like really fast all of a sudden. So you're not really supposed to go to 0 to -6 all of a sudden. It's typically a gradual scale of 0 and -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. Okay. So those are pretty much really good tips of how you can control your intake of food and really listening to your body. It's the number one thing in weight management. If you have any more questions, or you want to work with me on weight management, and you're new to everything and we're just getting started, you can reach me at Clearwater Family Medicine on Instagram, or our website on here, or Facebook under my name, and obviously YouTube under Kerry Reller. So that's all I have for you today, short and sweet. And I'm trying to just kind of introduce you to my passions of weight management, and I hope you will work with me. Have an awesome day. Bye, everybody.